whatever.
Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth. Then once they've been observant to the prints, blow the rest away.
What are you, my mom? I don't have to be told a million times. Alright, let's get this over with.
Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle.
Hey, detective. This is what I think about your joke.
Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle.
There we go.
Sprinkle,
There we go.
sprinkle.
No, stop! You did it! Hey, Paul, what are you doing? What do you think you're doing, Paul? Hey, stop him! He's a bad man!
Okay.
He's a bad man and everything. Okay, we're gonna do it, everybody. No, I gotta do some more. Hey, Paul, stop! This isn't like you, Al, right?
You're missing the bottom.
No, yeah, you're right. I am missing the bottom. I gotta do. No, stop! Hey, wait, no, that's a table bar. You don't wanna get it on my pants. Hey, buddy, stop! Okay, I stopped. I thought
I want to check Marshall.
I'll try Marshall.
No.
No.
Not Marshall.
I want to check Gant himself.
Well, I mean, we already done gas.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Let's
Angel?
try Lana.
Little close, but...
What about... I know who it is. I'm not just...
actually, let's let Barney try. Barney, which one do you want to pick to check for fingerprints?
Let's see. Alright, let's go with, alright, let's go back and forth just to make sure.
Alright, do you want to go left or right?
Let's go left.
Alright, so, okay, doesn't look like it would be Gumshoe.
No, Gumshoe's not it. Keep going. This one kind of looks close, but,
Let's keep going just to make sure.
yeah, let's keep going just to make
So
sure.
we know it's not Marshall. Definitely not Beacons. So, not Gant.
Keep going.
Okay. Not Angel.
No.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, what do we got here?
Oh, yeah, I knew who it was. I know you do. You played this the entire time.
No. How can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here?
Hey, you found the match? Whose fingerprints were they?
Uh-huh. Oh, it seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match.
Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints.
That's why Donald's fighting the ear.
Psst. Hey, you. Over here.
What did you do?
What's going on here? What are the kids' prints doing inside the chief's safe?
Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma from now. Okay? And, make sure you also don't tell, Chief Gan what I did with the prints. Okay?
Do you mean how you sorted it all?
Yeah. Could you also not tell people what happened to your pants, too?
Here, maybe you should just hold on to them.
Okay, I'll make sure to burn them, okay? Well, we found this in the safe, and we apparently also got something else from Detective, which we'll make sure to burn later once Phoenix gets home. And apparently it bears Emma Sky's prints.
I'm only letting you take it because you found the urn.
Okay.
Well, was I any help?
Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence.
That should have been crushed up.
I mean,
Uh-oh.
yeah, it should have been crushed up, but yeah. Oh, that's not very kind, is it?
Did you choose to do a higher voice for him? Because
okay.
I love your original voice.
So pretty much this is my original voice for Gan. Like, actually kind of funny. Like, the first time, like, I was playing this case, like, you know, my mother and everything, like, you know, she kind of compared my voice to, like, me trying to make Gan sound like he's Yogi Bear and such. And pretty much ever since I'm like, actually, I can kind of see that and everything.
So, are you going to go for the deeper one or the higher one?
I'm still gonna, I'm gonna try and mix between, like, high and deep, like.
At least do the deeper one for this part.
Alright, I'll try my best. In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat?
Chief Gant!
We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out the window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. It was fairly funny. I took a picture of it, and just then I thought of a certain detective. Now then, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you. I'm gonna have to ask you all to leave.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Oh, you in the coat.
Me, sir?
Drop off your crumble ID out on the way out. You won't be needed anymore. Actually, I'll do you one better. I'll chuck it out this window.
But, sir...
Now get out!
Yes, sir.
We'll be on our way out too then. Wait, you, the one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet.
Me, sir?
I like a word with you.
But, sir.
Okay,
You with the spiky
is this
hair.
auto scrolling?
Free to go.
But, Mr. Right!
Come on!
Look, pal, if I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. Chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you?
But you changed your mind.
Don't-
Don't start. Don't start, Gumshoe.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just like Phoenix said. I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired.
Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it.
Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why has she kept eerily silent about it all this time?
Anyway, you listening to me? I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the chief again. Later, pal.
I forgot how much drama there was in this part.
I mean, actually, just you wait. Like, not only in this final part, but just wait till we get to the last 3 trials and everything. There's definitely going to be a lot of drama in those last 3 trials.
What's this?
All right.
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, coming up soon will be the last trial after this, yeah. But no, this is the last investigation. The last trial hasn't happened until...
Oh, I thought you meant...
No. No, I just mean the last trial in this episode and this very last episode. Anyway, after that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions. She'll be busy in there for the rest of the day. Well, actually, funny enough, we're not visiting Emma, but we're visiting... There's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to do everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you all I can. What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words. You did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth. Once you're convinced, once you're convinced, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the trap you use. Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story.
Present. Don't even
What do you want to present?
present the clock.
Actually, we can't. I mean, I don't think anything will happen from it. Let's see. Show it again. Show it again. Damn it. Yeah. So, pretty much. I see a hunger in your eyes. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. A certain individual, you say. So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No. I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. Guy?
Of course.
Mr. Wright, you are addressing the chief possibly. Do not forget your place. Take it you're still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Please tell me a bit more about what you think of him. We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why would you try to hide his crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before the Board of Inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Chief Gant. Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was me. I had access because I was second in command on that investigation. Yes, you. But also one other, Damon Gant. You intend to accuse Chief Gant more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case. What do you guys want to show? Now, be careful here, because there is one evidence where you might think it's right, but if you present it, it's actually going to be wrong. You cannot. It's one of those evidence where you're on the right track, but you can't present it just yet.
I don't want to get a percent. Go ahead. Let's let ESM go first.
So this is one of them because we did found.
And the other one.
Edgeworth said that like most lists were in Trice's law, but he was only given half of it, and Gant was hiding the other half.
The other one that would have proved that he falsified evidence was the, I would say, the urn.
There's the urn as well too.
There's also the knot.
It's not the cloth. The reason why it's not the cloth is because it's protecting them.
And the other one would be the knife, I assume.
The knife was not tampered with.
No, yeah.
The thing that was stabbed into him, I know what it is, but I can't say it.
Alright, well, if you're saying it's not the cloth, then you got then at least two options for you: the urn or the list. Which one would you guys like to
List.
listen? Alrighty.
Yeah, list easily.
I just found this in the safe of the chief's office. This dark piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Touché, Mr. Wright. Is as you surmise, I cannot disobey the Chief's orders, even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come on, Mr. Wright. You can't expect me to tell you. You can't expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate. Murder of Detective Goodman. Perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's right. I cooperate. Follow orders. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find him inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car.
Oh, so he did do it, huh?
Yeah, that does sound like it. It does sound like that. Yeah, Gant was the one that murdered Goodman, just as I suspected, despite what everyone believes. What? You were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. trunk's locked. And I discovered that the murder weapon while inspecting the body. The murder weapon? The Ashworth's knife? No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it. The knife from the SO9 incident. Serial killer Joe Dark's knife. I couldn't just leave that knife in there. So I took it out. Stabbed him with another knife. That would be Edgeworth's knife? That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. And that's the reason for the bandage on your right hand? Yes. It seems like I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then... she saw me just as I plunged the knife in. The star, huh? Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be open again. I was to prevent that by whatever means possible. So, you hit Dark's knife. The staff detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, reporters might have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it. In Edgeworth's exhaust pipe. Right. Then I called my sister. Tell her what happened, and asked her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler. You asked her,
Ah.
I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this. That would explain why Emma is so confident about Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. A bad feeling? The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him? The lead investigator of the SO9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least, I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. Oh, you mean, not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He had already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he must have had disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this case any further. Don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. You've got to get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murderer. What went down in the chief's office 2 years ago. Well, we made it, folks. We are now at the home stretch, the final trial. So, ooh boy, this has been one investigation and everything, but it's been one investigation and everything, but we finally made it. So, looks like so it does look like that we do have all the answers somewhat. We just need to figure out, or at least put the pieces together on what actually happened, as Phoenix says. So, alrighty. So now, real quick. So the last trial that's coming up, we only have 3 trials left, and then we are finished with this game. And even though each of the trials are not as long and everything, they are still long enough. Each of them at least lasted for at least under an hour at the very
I'm
least.
ready to go. I want to keep up with.
Alright, well, here's the thing. So the way we could do this next session is one of two things. If we're crazy enough and want to actually, do all 3 trials in one sitting, then keep in mind that this next stream or this next session is definitely going to go on for somewhere between at minimum 3 hours, at max 4 hours. Because don't forget that after this trial, we still have to give our final thoughts on not only this case, but for the first game overall as well too. Because pretty much as Justin pointed out, this is the final case of the Ace Attorney series, and such, or at least this first Ace Attorney game. So,
All right, and what's the other option?
We do have to give our thoughts on like these pretty much overall once we get done with this case. So pretty much we can do that. Or another thing we could also do, which is also likely, is that we could probably do only like the first 2 trials and save the last trial for next time, or pretty much just only do the first trial and save the other 2 trials for next time and such. So pretty much any of those 2 possibilities could happen in the next session. So we'll think about it, and whichever way we want to go about it. Either way, we will finish up this case one way or another. Anyway, so pretty much, Barney, what's your thoughts on this case so far?
I will admit it started out kind of boring, but near the end, that's when it really, really brought me back.
It does. I mean, like I said, you know, pretty much I will admit the beginning part it's a bit slow at first and everything. It does drag a little bit and everything. But to me, usually right after we get done with like Gan's first trial and everything, and even like during a little bit of the second investigation, and even during the second trial itself, like the second day trial and everything, definitely I'm like you. This is definitely where like this case actually really does start to get like really good. And like I said, you know, this is one of my favorite cases and everything. Even though I do admit it does have its faults and such, but pretty much every time I go back to this case, especially when we get to the end, it still manages to hook me up really good and such. So there's definitely some real good writing here, and definitely when we get to the last 3 trials, you're still definitely going to see that good writing and such.
Excuse me.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Say excuse me.
I know. Anyway, so ESM, what are your thoughts on this case so far?
49.
Just the number 49. Alrighty. Alright, guys, well, next time... I mean, pretty much. Actually, if you have something you actually do want to say, go right ahead before we sign off.
4994. No. It's a great case. It's just so dragged out.
Yeah.
Like, it's a great case, but it's just dragged out across too much.
Yeah.
Like, if they made it into like, so like when we played the game originally.
Yeah.
You and I kind of beat it in like a day.
I mean, someone like a day, or at least to me, like pretty much like it took like a few days for me to beat it on my own, and pretty much I will admit, first time I did beat it, there were moments where like I did got a little lost on both the investigation and trial, to where like I did have to look up like a guide here and there, but pretty much now that I know about this case, like in the back of my head and everything, I could definitely appreciate it a lot more in terms of like the writing and everything, and how like this case all comes together and such.
It's kind of like, if you put it, if you really think of it, it's choose your own adventure book.
I mean, in a way, but at the same time, in a way yes, but in a way no, because pretty much like no matter what you do choose at Phoenix Wright, you're still gonna end up in the same conclusion anyway. So
I will truncate some of the
for that last trial. You know what happens.
Oh yes, and actually,
that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, actually, it's a good thing that you brought it up, because like pretty much when we get to that last trial, I'm definitely gonna be safe staying on that part. Just in case of like you guys do want to see that part when we get to it and everything, but we'll save the surprise for next time.
There's a bad ending. There's a bad ending in this case.
Yeah, so there is a bad ending to this case and such. So like I said, I will save stay once we get to that part. So just in case of like. So just in case we do make it to the bad ending and everything, then pretty much when we come back, we won't have to worry about redoing that trial all over again.
Yeah, and if not to worry, just look it up on YouTube and watch it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, pretty much. You can all do that as well too. So
I was gonna say, Justin, I mean, ESM brought up a good point that like it's a good case, but it drags on for way too long, and I agree. I will truncate some of the dialogue because. My God, this case can at one point excite you, but at the same time, there's another point where it can bore you to death and what makes you want to turn off the case completely.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, I'm pretty sure we'll all like extend our thoughts like once we get to the final part as well too, because pretty
True.
much, like I said, I am in agreement with you and the other people that don't like this case very much, and that like yeah, it does drag out and such, but like I said, when we get to the final part of the trial and everything, we'll go ahead and like save our extended final thoughts of this case for next time. But all right, guys, well this has been Score Diesel saying thank you all so much for watching. So. Like I said, next time when we come back, either this might be the final session or we might have to do one more session afterwards. So, like I said, we'll all think about, like, if we truly want to do, like, if we truly want to finish all 3 trials in one sitting, because, like I said, if we do that, then, like I said, it's possible that the stream could actually last somewhere between 3 to 4 hours if we do that. But we'll think about it long and hard, and if we actually do want to go to that route, then that'll be fine with me. If not, then like I said, we could always just like split the trials into 2 sessions and like just finish up the game and the session afterwards. So, but if you guys have enjoyed this series of Phoenix Wright, don't forget to hit that like button. If you guys are super excited for us to finish up Rise from the Ashes whenever that happens and everything, hit that subscribe button as well. Excuse me. Speaking of games, don't forget, if you guys got any games you want me to try out, you can list them in our comments on YouTube or on my Facebook page. Or you can also check out mine and Bonnie's co-op channel, Review Bros, where we review movie and TV shows together. Or pretty much, I also have a main channel where I review movie and TV shows on my own and such.
And music.
And I pretty much have music too over at Review Bros as well. Which by the time that like this episode will get up and everything, we'll probably already have the next episode of the Wiggles podcast coming up real soon. And also by the time that this stream happen as well. Pretty much a new episode for Film of the Year has uploaded to my main channel as well too, so make sure you check that out as well. And also don't forget to check out Bonnie and ESM's channels respectively. I'll make sure to put their links in the description below and such. So anyway, this has been Sakura Diesel with my 2 good friends.
Baltibot 7.
And
49.
49.
and the 49ers. They made a special appearance on this case.
7.
49.
Hey Patrick, I got a number better than 24. What's that?
Tell me.
49.
Hey, Papa Pal Larry.
Yeah, Papa Pal Mitch.
What's 2 plus 2?
Are we dragging this out again, or is it bonk on the head? Anyway, bye, folks.
Fuck.
Keep on wiggling.
What?
ESM.